It's 7:30. This is Crowles Bay, Te Puna Inlet. So it's got two arms. There's this one and this one. Forecast is for sou'wester, going sou'east to late morning and then variable in the afternoon and back to southerly at night. It was a clear night, so we've got a heavy dew again. Anchors up as expected. It was very muddy, so we will turn around. Right, so there's Crowles Bay where we were. Muddy bottom, so the anchor and chain took a fair bit of washing down. We'll go and do a tiki tour and look at Moturoa Bay where we were with Matthew, and then across the other side. A nice wee posse there, but not a lot of room. We're sailing along quite nicely now. Looks like an old converted fishing boat. Very nice. Might still be a used fishing boat for all I know. Oh, there's the reef here we've got to watch out for, especially after yesterday hitting a rock. Oh, here's Moturoa Bay, where Matthew, Stewart and I stopped about 6 days ago. So very pretty, but all these can't get too close to the shore. We anchor just over here. Oh, there's looking to the head of Te Puna Inlet, and up here we have Moturoa Island to avoid, and over this way the hen and chickens to avoid. Well, I think the camera's been misbehaving again on the iPhone, so I've restarted it. It's a better picture when I look at it, and stabilisation seems to be working. Over here is a bay that I often used to stop at. So I think we'll go around this set of rocks or island, do a jibe and head back that way, look at this bay, look at Washing Bay. Here's looking towards the entrance of Te Puna Inlet. So we've gone around Moturoa Island. Reasonably consistent breeze now. Admiral's enjoying the sights. Here's the bay I was talking about. There's some eclectic housing around the place. Look like guest lodges, but not sure I've ever seen anyone in it. Right, we're close hauled now, so passing this headland. So the wee bay that's going to appear on the other side is called by us Washing Bay. It was the first time we were up in Kathmandu. We anchored close in and did our washing. There we go, there's Washing Bay, and as the Admiral's reminded me, the anchor winch decided to die there, so it was a Lumar, and the worm was fine, but the gear that engaged with stripped. Fortunately Burnsko and Opua had a Maxwell RC10, and it was easy to swap over because I had enough tools on board to do it. So this bay is quite shallow but very pretty. Oh, there's the chicken, well, the chickens I think it was. We might put a tack in, or keep a very close eye on the positioning. Well, we've managed to pass them to windward. Oh, there's a big boat over there. There's some very nice houses on this peninsula, which we sold off into large and smaller blocks over the years. Now there's looking across to Crowles Bay where we spent the night. Oh, there's another nice flash place. And a very nice wee posse in here. We just managed to weather the point. Right, looking back to where we've come from, you can see the course does a wiggle as the wind keeps shifting in direction and strength. Up in here there's a bit of an inlet that goes a long way, and we've explored up there in Kathmandu. Bay's over here to anchor in. There's a really big flash motor yacht there, or mini ocean liner. There's our ocean liner. I'm fairly sure used to be a boatyard. Very hard to have small boatyards these days. Had a fairly prolonged lull in the wind at the moment, but we're gradually inching past Crater Bay. I don't think it's a crater, it just has that sort of shape. Looking towards the head of Te Puna Inlet. So we've covered a bit of ground, but quite slowly, with quite a variable course in the shifting breeze. So there's the western entrance. So up around there, carry on, you're heading towards Kirikiri. Here is Kent Passage between the mainland and Moturoa Island. And we're still making slow but steady progress in the right direction. And we'll just have a bit of a knocker. And then undoubtedly we'll get a lift again. The gust have picked up speed. It'd be nice if we get a bit more of a lift so we don't have to tack to get round the coming up point. I think we need to put a tack in. Okay, we have tacked. Decided to head up towards Kirikiri, and yes, we can be deceptively fast when you're trying to go across our bow. Just gone from a reach to almost head to wind, so I think we might not be going up here because I can't be bothered. We'll jib back and blow us around. Right, we'll miss the reef that's here. That's Kent Passage through there looking towards Russell. I think we're going to look for an anchorage up here because it's going to be southwest, and then after lunch stronger southeasterlies, and then dying off at night time, or variable maybe later in the afternoon. There's looking through to Te Puna Islands, or Four Sisters as I remember them as being. We've got anchorage in here and northerly conditions, although as the water coming out of the Kirikiri Inlet, it's not that clear. It's not that clear if you're snorkeling. We can see a tide line here between the greener water coming out of the Kirikiri Inlet and the somewhat bluer coming through Kent Passage. Right, here's some more basalt outflows. Bit of an arch there. And there's another one here, so either this side of that one or the other side. We'll go and see if we can find somewhere on sand to anchor. There's a couple of yachts up in there. They could be moorings. The island is privately owned. Yeah, they are on moorings. Right, we'll go have a look in here and try and find a sandy spot. Oh, there's a catamaran in here. Rock here. Well, here we are anchored on the north side of Moturoa Island. It's very deep here, we're in 12 metres. I've got almost 50 metres of chain out. Out around that point is pretty much where we were yesterday for lunch. Now looking across to the north side of the Bay of Islands, and we have the basalt formations, and the cat next to us has obviously got a couple of kids in canoes, and I heard a dog. Now there's the Admiral's One Tree Hill, and behind the spectacular rock formations. Wind's turned round, so it's eastern here. It should be southeast out there, so it's coming around the end of the island. and bending towards us. Oh, I just checked on nowcasting, it's blowing east out the bay, and look at that big lineup of clouds. We'll keep an eye on things. Easy enough to move back to Te Puna Inlet if we have to. Building, so I think it's going to be easier to move now rather than later. So we'll get the anchor up. Admiral has been manning the helm beautifully. I think that was a very sensible move. We'll go back to Te Puna Inlet, I think. Okay, well, it was a good anchorage for a short time. It was not forecast to go to the east, but we had to shift before it became more difficult. And the waves will obviously build because there's a fairly infinite fetch out that way. We're under jib and heading back to Te Puna Inlet. We get a chance to go past these stunning rock formations again. It was a little bit difficult getting the anchor up because there was quite a few twists on the chain towards the end, and it meant the bridle wrapped around the chain. So it took a bit to untangle that, just as well we weren't doing it in extreme conditions. Right, well, heading back into Te Puna Inlet. It's a bit of wind against tide here, so the waves are gradually building. Nice monohull there. Relentless, is it? Well, already the wind's down a bit. Now we've got shelter to windward. So we're going to head past Crowles Bay and then into the next one, I think. Passing Crowles Bay again, and we're going to go around its headland. Need to get it wide berth. There's a bit of a shallow patch off it. And into the next bay. Jibs down, we're going to go into here, which is Patunui Bay. We are in Patunui Bay. The first time we anchored, which is a bit further over there, didn't seem to hold, so we'll keep a close eye on things now. We've re-anchored, so the sky's clouded over. And there's looking across to where we spent last night in Crowles Bay, and over here that white thing is the incredibly flash motor launch, or motor yacht, or mini cruise liner. It's 3 o'clock, the wind's died down a bit, it was still clouded over though, and we're quite comfortable here, we'll stay. We stayed out a bit to make sure we still had some cooling wind and stay away from any flying insects. So we've got a yacht and 3 launches in the bay. There's been some pretty impressive thundery looking heads a bit further south, and even behind us.